startups of the General here. Getting ready to pull out the engine transmission because they've been sold, making room for the EFI turbo build that we're about to start on this bad boy. Gonna let her run the gas out of the tank too because we gotta empty that because we got a lot of work to do on the fuel systems. That'll be the first thing we're starting with after we get all this out of the car. See you in a little bit, guys. Beautiful day today here in Houston, guys. Boy, have we got a lot going on. There is some serious work going down here at JWClassicVW, and mostly with the engine and transmission that we just pulled out. Remember the General? The General is gone, guys. Sayonara, baby. Loved ya. A lot of great memories, but it's time to move on to the EFI Turbo Monster. Let's talk about that for 1 second. So yeah, there's a big empty space down there. Big empty space. We made some room for something really cool. So if you haven't watched the last video yet, you need to check it out up here in the corner because there's a little sneak peek of the engine that's going to be going into Goose. And it's a beast. Dropped off the General, already sold her, sold the transmission, they're gone. So if you're interested in buying it, it's too late, guys. Been sold. But what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about all the things that have to happen to Goose to get her ready for this big 300 plus horsepower monster that's going in there. And if you've been paying attention to my Instagram, my Facebook, you've seen the Heltec ECU that we're going to be putting in there. So a lot of electrical work to do. We've got to be doing some brake upgrades. So what's going on? Are we keeping the bad brakes, guys? So yeah, guys, we've got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of work going to be happening really soon. And that's what we're going to go over today. Primarily, we're going to talk about the fuel system, but we're also going to kind of highlight a few things that we're doing because, you know, when you put in a 300 plus horsepower beast into your Volkswagen, there's quite a few things you got to upgrade. The guys over Super Clean decided to, it was getting a little messy over here, and they're going to help me out with cleaning up the garage. So, thanks, Super Clean. So we're going to go ahead and try the Super Clean biodegradable degreaser. It dissolves grease and stuff super fast. You can see the floor here has had it. I've done a mess to it. I'm just going to pick a spot, guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have no idea if this stuff is going to work. This isn't like a sponsored video or anything like that. Super Clean just sent this stuff over and said, hey, give it a try, Jay. Tell us what you think. So here we go. So we're going to spray this spot right there. That spot right there. And we're gonna spray all kinds of places. How about that? I don't even know if this stuff's made for concrete. I got like a stiff bristled brush. And I'm gonna put a little, not a lot of craziness, but a little bit something into it. Hey guys, I think it's working. You guys know my handy dandy shop vac bucket that I use for cleaning my hands. Let's go ahead and try. It's got some clean water in here. Let's go ahead and try just Put down a little water on this bad boy, see what happens. Here comes the water. And then we gotta kind of dry it up a little bit. I need like a rag. Ideally, you would have a squeegee and you would just squeegee this out of here, but I don't have a squeegee. I'm gonna tell you guys what. I think it worked pretty good, pretty good actually. I did not think it was gonna work. I think I'm gonna have a clean spot in my garage. Truly, I think it's gonna end up being a clean spot. It smells good, I'll tell you that. Now let's go ahead and time lapse and see what it looks like dry. Well, guys, I'd say it worked pretty good considering all the stains that were there. I'm gonna flash up a before and after up here, so yeah. Super Clean gets the JWClassicVW Garage seal of approval. Don't forget, guys, to comment below to be in the drawing for the Super Clean t-shirt. There's also a ball cap. Yeah, you're gonna get a Super Clean ball cap. Super Clean ball cap. Along with the VW How to Rebuild Your VW Engine book, guys. So, very cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all you. Super Clean. Appreciate the box of goodies. And yeah, guys, if you're interested in some cleaning supplies, I would definitely consider Super Clean and check them out. I think they're available at all of your like local automotive stores. So, very cool. And also on Amazon. So, yeah, links down below in the description, guys. Yes, you're right. That bench is full of a crap load of De Niro, baby. Have you guys noticed yet that I'm a little bit turned up with the excitement? I am, guys. I'm a little like crazy excited. I'm warming up now too. So, woo, let me turn you guys around and let's talk about the table. I'm gonna give you that extreme close-up that you guys love first so you can kind of see everything. All nice and close. All right, guys. I kind of have things organized here in somewhat the sense of how they'll be getting installed, just to make it a little bit more understandable. Here's all the fuel system stuff, and it is quite a bit. When you jump to EFI, things get kind of crazy. And yeah, I'm going with ANN because it's the only way to go, and Evil Energy has not let me down yet, so we're switching to the E85 compatible soft line. This kit came with 90s, 45s, and some straights, and it's just the whole install. This line's a little bit different because of that plastic insert that's in there. That's compatible with the E85. Got a pre-filter that's stainless steel. It's also E85 compatible. This pre-filter is, you can take it apart, and there's a little stainless steel screen inside of it that you can also clean out. We've got the copper nickel fuel line that we'll be using for the hard lines, which makes it a little bit easier to work with than like a stainless steel, but is also very durable when it comes to E85 or any fuel for that matter. This is a special tool used for straightening line. This one's specific to 3/8, so you get this for whatever fuel line you're using. They're not cheap, guys. Some of these tools are gonna set you back a little bit. This is the rigid 37-degree flare maker. It's got a built-in stop on it, so that once you bottom it out, it automatically breaks off of the connection that you've made so that you don't over torque it or over tighten it. Some clamps. We're going to talk about this here in a second. If you guys are part of my Facebook group and or Instagram, you may have already seen some of that action. All the different connectors, regulator. Aeromotive is well known in the industry for fuel regulators, fuel system components, and I'm going with them, guys. Regulated pressure is basically around 40 psi, but we're going to talk more about the fuel system here in a second over the board. It'll be one of the few things that we go into a little bit more detail on, as it is what I'm doing next. CV Performance fuel pump. with one heck of a beefy isolator on it. I'm hoping that helps dampen some of the noise that this beast is going to make. Able to support up to 600 horsepower, which is pretty redonkulous. The CB Performance T, which I will not be using. I've kind of went back and forth on that a little bit, and I just don't think it's the right option for me. So we're not going to be doing that. I will be using their screw into gas tank 6AN fitting. They have this in an 8AN fitting as well, for, like, I guess if you need that. The Weldon bungs. And then bulkhead fittings. I'll be using these in a couple places for the hard lines to transition to soft line. And these fittings right here are the ones that you install in the hard line once you make your 37-degree fitting. Moving on, guys, is a crap load of electrical stuff, but that is the last thing that I'll be doing. Right here you can see I've got some of these Rhino beefy mounts from CB Performance. I also have a reinforced trans mount on the way. Moving away from the stock trans mount to something a little different. I'll show you that, guys, once I get it. This is an oil regulator, which regulates the oil at 180 degrees. I'll be installing this in line with my full flow system. All kinds of specialty tools. These ones are not super specialty, but the little teeth, little dies that you can buy with this setup are pretty freaking cool. And all kinds of different crimps going on here. Some Special Klein wire strippers. And this crimp tool is specialty. It's made for Amphenol connectors, which are over here. Waterproof, weatherproof. The bulkhead fitting here also using Amphenol type terminals. These are these right here, guys. A little bit different from your regular terminations that you'd be doing. Pretty cool how it all goes together. And this is just to help out with the wiring harness. Once I terminate, there'll probably be 2 of these. Once I terminate everything, I'll be able to just undo this bulkhead fitting and drop the engine out without having to disconnect all the sensors, which, if anybody's dealt with sensors before, you know you can jack up plugs on sensors pretty easily if you have to take them off and on all the time. This way I won't have to jack them. Got a little extra fuse block, which I'm not sure yet where I'm going to install this. I may just remove the stock one and install this there, or this might be going underneath the seat along with the battery to help out with all the termination and wiring of the Haltech Elite 1500. This battery holds pretty awesome. It's going to be for my Optima. It's Optima battery specific. You can't just fit a square battery in there, from what I understand. It's sized for Optima. But I need a battery hold. I don't have one underneath there. Yeah, believe it or not, I haven't had a battery hold in a while. It was on my to-do list, which it never got done. And here it is, guys. The Haltech Elite 1500. And a whole lot of wires. This is pretty cool. Comes with some weather-sealed connectors, a MAF reference port, and then for additional add-on stuff and for actually programming this bad boy, that's all behind this cover plate here. But as I told you guys, we're going to go into a lot more details and probably have a whole series on tuning your Haltech Elite system. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. That's a lot of work, guys. A lot of work sitting on that bench, and you guys get to follow along with me on the journey to getting Goose to that 300 plus horsepower of, oh yeah.
Just getting a closer look inside, guys. What time is it? It's time to do the drawing for the keychains, the AtomWorks keychains that I talked about in the last episode. If you commented below in the last video, you're in the drawing for an AtomWorks keychain. Now,
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jason, and I am at my laptop, not my laptop, at my desktop, doing the recording and doing the drawing for those AtomWorks keychains, guys. So here we go. Let's go ahead and open up a screen and jump over to my YouTube channel and go to my last video Pretty cool. Well, here it is. The last video we did was the introduction to the Turbo EFI motor. So we're going to go ahead and pull this video link, copy the link address, and then come on over to the YouTube random generator, random content selection drawing generator thing. Yeah, filter duplicates. Yeah, we got to change some things first. Include replies to comments. Sure, why not? Actually, no, that would be me. Get your YouTube comments, and then let's start this bad boy. Here we go. Darryl Thornton, great video. I'd like to submit my name for the keychain giveaway. Hey, brother, you're a winner. So I'm gonna write you down. Write you down, buddy. Darryl, don't forget to hit me up in either with an email or IM me in the Facebook group, buddy, so I can send you your keychain. And we've got one more, guys. One more keychain to give away. And let's go ahead and start this baby again. Pick another winner. Who's it going to be? Matt, Matt, buddy. That's my dude. You always replace the exhaust valves. They are the ones that will fail. And you're right, and I am replacing the exhaust valves as well in the 40 horsepower build. So let's go ahead and put Matt down here. Hey, Matt, same thing, buddy. For the keychain, go ahead and hit me up with an IM or an email with your address so I can send that out to you. All right? Sound good, buddy? All right, guys. So congratulations to our winners. And don't forget, guys, to comment below in this video the keyword of super clean to be in the drawing for the magazine on how to, or the book on how to rebuild your VW engine, and then a t-shirt. We have multiple sizes, so make sure you comment so I can go ahead and get you in on the drawing on that. All right, guys, now back to the video.
That was a good shot. It landed right on the top of that shelf over there. What's going on with the drawing in this video? If you comment below, super clean, you'll be in the drawing to win a VW air-cooled book by Prescott Phillips, guys. And this book is pretty cool because it has all kinds of color photos. It's one of the first color VW manuals I've ever seen on how to rebuild your VW engine. All right, pretty sweet. Or, you know, you could watch my videos. Also, it's got something really neat that I've never seen before, and that he lists out tools that you could order like today and buy that would help you out with like valve jobs, line bore, stuff like that. So pretty sweet. Comment below, super clean, guys. And once again, thanks to Super Clean for sending over all the cool stuff to keep the shop clean around here. Now let's talk about that fuel system. All right, guys, we're over at the bench and kind of showing you what's going down over here. A little bit of representation of what we had on the board. So you can see we got the fuel line components kind of laid out here on the table. Make it a little bit more visually appealing. But here we go. This is kind of like where the gas tank's going to be. This is the -6 A&N fitting. It actually has the weld-in bung portion of it. And I got to pull the gas tank so I can go have this welded in. And I'm going to have two because we're going to have a vent on the gas tank now too. And do you need a vent? I don't know. I just think it's a good idea to vent considering all the pressure that's going to be recirculating back into the tank. So having a vent, probably not a bad idea. Oh, what's that? That's a magazine. Comment below, guys. Don't forget to comment below. From the gas tank, we're going to have some A&M fittings that transition with the flex line into the pre-filter. The pre-filter running around to this E85 compatible line to our fuel pump, massive fuel pump, awesomeness, sweet. This will actually be wired into the Haltech, guys, because the Haltech will control power on and off of the pump. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. From here, we're going to have flex line going to our hard line. The hard line that's going to be running down the side channel of Goose. And I'm going to show you in a second exactly what I'm talking about and how we're going to be using these fittings. Ooh. Jason, what do you got going on there? Well, if you're on my social media, you would know kind of what's going down with that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. From the hard lines that come to the back, they will go soft line again, soft line into the fuel rail
from one fuel rail over to the other fuel rail, and then into the aeromotive fuel regulator. How does a fuel regulator work, guys? Some of you might have that question. You may have that question because I had that question. Let's go ahead and talk about that for 1 second. Okay, guys. When you have a pressurized system, because the fuel pump that I have is able to put out like 150 PSI to be able to keep up with, turbo requirements, charges, and all that kind of stuff. With a pressurized system, if you didn't have a fuel regulator, you'd have 150 PSI going through your fuel rails at all times. You put your fuel regulator on your return side, and what it acts like is a dam that allows fuel, in this sense, to get by. So it allows pressure to get by, but regulates the pressure down to the 40 PSI. Understand what I'm saying? And then it has a valve on it, let me go grab the regulator real quick. So the regulator has a vacuum valve on it here that allows it to, depending on vacuum reference coming from the intake manifold, to increase or decrease the pressure at the pressure regulator, depending on load. So if we get more load, the pressure increases. It's pretty simple when you start to think about it, but there you go. We'll talk about it more, guys. If you got any comments, comment below, because fuel pressure is super important when it comes to an EFI system. How are you guys building your system out? I know some guys are probably running in-tank pumps, right? Kind of eliminates the whole need for welding in a bung, but there you go, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you underneath Goose over here and show you what I got going on for the fuel lines. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this real quick. This is kind of like the backing plate for the whole little contraption I got going on here. Did I have that washer over here? I had this huge washer. Where the heck did I put that thing at? Who knows? It's probably, it's on the ground. Be right back. So I've gone back and forth like a bazillion different times on how I was going to be running the fuel lines for this setup. I was going to go in the tunnel at one time, but then I was like, well, what if I want to look at it? What if I want to check for leaks and stuff? Then that becomes an issue. Yeah. And I'm sure that you guys are like, well, if you install it properly, you're not going to have any leaks. Well, crap city, what if there's a chance? I wanted this in a place where I could see it. So this is one of the washers that holds your body to the chassis. And the way that this works is this sits inside that channel like that. And then you got the fuel line hold that'll screw down into the top of one of the bolts. And I'm having these tapped to the proper thread and pitch of this little sucker right there. Yeah. And I've done one, and it's a little bit of pain in the butt. I've done one of them already to kind of show you guys the way this works underneath the car. So let me get underneath there and show you what this looks like installed in the fuel channel. That's what it's going to be now, the fuel channel. Can you guys see? Oh, look at, there's a reflection of me here. So this is the basic idea, guys, of the tapped screw. This one's been tapped right there. And this is super cool because you'll have your fuel line in place kind of, right? As you're running this bad boy. And you can see that it'll turn to one side, right? Let me see if that's not where it is. There it is, guys. You see how it's going to tuck the fuel line right up inside of here? Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. And it fits right inside the channel, which I like. All right, guys. So that's the idea for the fuel lines, the hard lines going down, and it's going to go up underneath here, up underneath there, and all the way to the back, and come out on one side. And the return is probably just going to jump over to the back side, and then return back to the tank. Pretty sweet. Yeah. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for today. Lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff coming. I got to get to work, so I got to finish up this video, finish up the editing, and get this thing ready to go to you guys. Pull this gas tank out and start working on some fuel lines. Congratulations to our winner of the drawing in the 2 keychains. So there's 2 winners. Check out the description below if you're curious if you won or not. It's down there, guys. I need your address, so don't forget to IM me or email me. My email is down below as well. And to all my new subscribers and all of my old subscribers, you guys are awesome. Couldn't do this without you guys. I really do appreciate it. So lots of stuff coming, guys. Lots of power going in Goose. And to the new owner of the General, you're going to love it, buddy. Lots of power, lots of good stuff. Let me know how it is. I want to see some posts in the Facebook group of the power plant in there pushing that 356 Porsche down the road. Guys, got work to do.
Next episode's gonna be fuel systems, so I know you guys are gonna want to watch that. See you guys next time. This is Jason from JWClassicVW, and I'm out.